Welcome to the Blue Green Ocean Road podcast. First up is a judge. Pile of shit. No shite.
Hey.
Where's the pile of shite? No shite. No shite today.
I already got it.
Oh no.
I was up. How you been?
Good.
I woke up last night in the middle of the night. Felt something crawling across my face.
What?
Thought it was a spider.
Huh?
It was a stink bug.
Ooh.
So I flicked it away, and it stunk. It sprayed my pillow.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of them lately.
And yeah, it's a big year for them, I guess.
It is a big year. I never actually got sprayed by one. I've been really careful. I hear they stink. I've never got the pleasure of smelling one.
It's a familiar smell, you know. And so I couldn't sleep after that. So I sat up and I watched a little bit of Zatoichi, the Blind Swordman. Did you ever see Zatoichi, the old Japanese movies of the Blind Swordman?
No, I've heard something.
Oh, they're great.
I think I've heard something about that.
They started in the early 60s. They're all on YouTube. You can watch them all with English subtitles. But he's the original Kwai Chang Caine. He's like a guy who wanders the countryside in 16th century Japan, you know, righting wrongs and doing good, I guess. But it's for pot. He's a blind. He has like a sword cane.
Yeah.
You know, like a cane to follow his ways, and then it's got like a sword in that kind of thing.
Yeah,
But anyway, it's good entertainment. Yeah. So you wonder where they got that.
The Hulk.
From. Hulk.
Same thing.
Good.
Walking the earth.
Yeah.
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. Yep.
Let's see what else.
So,
every week it's a new place. It's a new problem.
yep.
You know.
New set of circumstances. Only Zatoichi, he's Yakuza. He's ancient Yakuza, so he's into gambling, prostitutes, drinking, and but he has a good heart and he helps people out.
I like Petey Wheatstraw. Dolomite. You see that? Dolomite is.
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
yes.
I gotta see it. Oh, it's good. It's so good. Hey, Mike's here.
Petey Wheatstraw.
Mike.
Petey Wheatstraw.
Petey Wheatstraw.
Hey.
Today we celebrate Petey Wheatstraw. Dolomite, he said he knows what people
Talking
want in the
about
movie.
wandering monks, wandering heroes that wander the countryside and do good.
What's that going squeaky squeak?
Is that you?
It's a dog with its play toy.
Oh,
that's a
play toy.
That's actually a relief.
Actually, it's me underneath the table here.
That's what I thought.
I was
I got
hoping
some
that's what
new
it was.
lube, man.
Something was under the table, but I wasn't quite sure what.
Hey man, that just happens to be your hobby, man.
Hey, man, that's like it's just like your opinion, man.
I don't know. That's
It's just like
the rhythm's familiar, George. I recognize
it's
that
really.
beat.
That's how a white guy jerks off.
Yeah, that I can keep time with.
Them at all.
It was like amateur status until you learned how to switch hands and gain a stroke.
Oh, the stranger? Yeah, the stranger.
The stranger.
Yeah, this is my wife. This is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it raining up there in Cow Hampshire?
Up where? Yeah, it's been kind of looking like Ireland out here for a couple of days, yesterday and today.
I don't know. I like gloomy, man. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
But at nighttime, it can clear up so I can see stars. I like a clear night and a gloomy day. You can just take that son and shove it.
Take that son and shove it.
Ain't nothing good.
We have the
nothing but cancer and misery.
we have the Situate At Festival this weekend.
Yeah, the At Festival.
Yeah.
Atsy Fatsy Festival.
All right, Mike.
The Situate Avoid Situate at All Costs Festival.
Mike.
It's like that.
That ain't.
How's the back?
Back fine. My neck's fucked up.
Oh, well, it's moving towards the top of your head. Then it'll just shoot out.
I wish. So I get to sleep
Always
like
been.
2 hours at a time. So then I get up and I'm really in pain. So this morning, Wake and Bake started for me at 4:30 this morning.
I was up there. We're gonna start our we could have had our own podcast. I should just call you. Hey, you're around all the time. I can find you easy now.
Right now I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was like a long time. It was like I never even bothered going up there because you were on a job somewhere. You were humping lumber somewhere. You know.
Yeah.
Always.
Hey, Bungo Bill, what did you kill?
Like you don't like my rain hat? Raining
Oh.
outside.
Yeah, I like it.
I
Yeah,
just
keep
came in.
everything. It's perfect. It's like a little roof.
Yeah.
It's like you got a roof, Mike.
I got a roof over my head.
Yeah. All day.
Looks like a little Bill over there.
You get one of those, something over the side, so you have like walls too. You know, if it comes
My
out sideways.
best chicken. My best chicken Vera hat over here. I'm about to start the revolution. I'm having some
The
decaf
Shea
coffee.
Shea hat.
That's right.
I Che Guevara.
Now my rain hat is a Marxist hat. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mikey. You had to go bring that up.
There goes our monetization.
I'm
Good
talking
one.
about my Che Guevara. This is my
It's your boonie lid,
Take
right?
over-
From
take over Cuba
Green
hat.
Claw boonie lid.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
if
baby.
it had the snap on the side, like, then it would be the boonie. It doesn't really have that, side thing, like that.
Yeah.
It's just a cool, like, this is, it's made out of Tyvek. That's the stuff they wrap houses with. I got full rain suit made out of Tyvek. Pretty good. It's breathable.
Crocodile
Hey,
Dumbo over here.
That's not
Over
right.
Huh?
What you guys been up to? What y'all been up to?
We were
Just
talking
saying, I
about
woke
PD
up in the middle of the
Wheatstraw.
night
There's something wrong with my
and
network. There's I got too many people here
felt something crawling across my face.
sucking off my internet.
Talk about dog toys. Wee.
Weedy.
And
Peter
talk about
Wheatstraw.
waking up in the middle of the night and feeling something crawl across your face and thinking it was a spider. So you got to flick it off like that. And it turned out to be a stink bug. And
Ooh.
it sprayed my pillow.
Ah, fuck. That's a terrible smell.
so I couldn't sleep after that. So I watched a little YouTube. Do you ever see Zatoichi? We're talking about there's
samurai?
like this theme. Yeah, he's like a traveling guy who rights wrongs.
Yeah.
That's repeated. His original Kwai Chain Kane, original. We're talking about all these. It's like a common theme in television and movie shows. These guys who travel the world and right wrongs and kind of like a warrior
Who was
monk
that man?
kind of thing.
I didn't get his name.
Yeah.
Who was that man? Who was that masked man?
It was the Hulk. He turned big, green,
Right, he was saying
solved
All
all
those
our
guys.
problems, and then ran away.
Yeah, this guy was the first one of all those guys. He's the father of them all.
maybe, I think so. But he wasn't
Probably.
quite
I
a
mean,
monk.
that's a common. That's a
but-
common story. There's probably been stories that went on all the way back to the Stone Age.
One on the wall in
Right.
a pyramid.
So
right.
they're great.
So
Nothing
Yeah.
new under the sun.
There's only 31 stories in the human experience, or 32 stories in the human experience, and every story is different variations of those. Infinite combinations of those 32 stories. The hero's journey, all that. The love story.
I like the Zero's journey.
They all end the same.
The working class zero. Hey, I got to see
On
him.
the Zero's journey. Who's that?
Vic. Oh, I told you that. I saw him last Friday night.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Vic DiBitetto.
Yeah.
Laughed my ass off. It hurt every time I laughed too. So I was like holding my arm and laughing at the same time. He was great, really funny. Maybe comedy shows are gonna be. There's gonna be more comedy shows in my future.
All those stories you were talking about, all them types, they all have a common ending. The hero gets laid. In the sunset.
Yep. He gets the girl.
Well,
Remember that?
nowadays it could be gets the whatever.
Remember the
Gets the frog.
Clint Eastwood movie where he's the ghost and he comes to town and gets revenge. He was
Oh yeah, High
High
Plains Drifter.
High Plains Drifter.
That's
Yeah,
excellent.
He
That
got the
movie
girl.
is a fucking head fuck. Holy shit! When you find out what that is, the ending, paint the town red.
Yeah.
God, fucking beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
yeah,
Right?
that was a great one.
Oh, that was yeah. That's
He
a
gets
top
the
10.
hotel. He gets the hotel owner's wife. He gets that nasty girl. He gets them all.
I think it's best. Me and George went to see The Unforgiven. I think you saw it
That was
already
a
once, and he dragged me off to see it. I think, or we saw it together for the first time. But that was excellent. That was great.
That's a good
I was blown away. That was like the
really
best Western ever. I mean, there is no other Western out there. There isn't. That's the one.
I don't know. Have you seen The Kid?
No.
Yeah, check that one out. The Kid.
Hell of a thing,
Write
killing
it down.
a man.
Check it out. I've been watching that series George turned me on to, Severance. It's getting wild.
I like this line, Mike. I guess he had it coming to him. We all got it coming to us, kid. And he always used to say, I've just always been lucky in the order. He said that through the whole movie, right? And he went in there blind drunk on whiskey, just using the force. You know what I mean? That's how he walked in there, you know?
Yeah.
Because that last scene is his bottle. He throws the bottle into the puddle. It's done. He's polished it off.
Yeah.
He's cooking now. This is what made him famous. This was the guy.
Yeah.
You know? Whiskey Man. That was fucking great. That movie was so good.
Yep. I'm not gonna.
So,
Will you give him
Private-
some water already?
Yeah.
But you're gonna shoot me. No, I won't shoot you. Just give him some
I
water.
know. Yeah. And even when he got like a pneumonia, he got sick on the trail. You know, and like this is the big gunslinger. You know, he's all curled up.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the old Western when the guy put the harmonica in the victim's mouth right before he killed him?
Oh, was that what's the name of that?
An old one.
Something. That's a classic Western, right?
Yeah.
Is that
He puts the harmonica in the guy's mouth like right before he hangs him or right before he,
I don't remember that one.
makes him play it, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can look that up.
the hell is that guy's name? Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
And he plays the harmonica for his gunfights. And
One Day in the West.
trying to cash out.
Once Upon a
cash
Time
on
in the West.
Once Upon a Time in the West. Okay.
Yeah, 1968 film, Once Upon a Time in the West. Classic. I saw all those Western movies, man.
You guys ever see Yuma.
Oh yeah,
I love those. I love the modern ones too, if they're done right.
the modern remake of that was really good.
Yeah.
Um, you know what remake was I thought was the best one was True Grit.
True Grit was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
needed to
thought
be remade.
That's the best remake ever.
Yeah.
And the first one was classic. Right?
Now, Glenn Campbell cannot act. No,
Neither
no,
can
you're
Matt
wrong.
Damon.
I mean, the girl was great, right? And John Wayne was, well, whatever he is. You know what I mean? That
He's
girl was
always the
it. I
same.
forgot her
He
name
plays
now,
the
but she
same.
was the
Yeah, I
one that
think the
carried that
dude-
movie. You
I
know?
gotta say, I think the dude did a better job than John Wayne.
Oh, dude, it was great. Well,
The dude was a better
that
Mr.
didn't pan out
Cochran.
like I figured.
Yeah, I know. He played the flaws, and John Wayne didn't want to play the. He didn't want to play the flaws. I guess
Yeah,
he just wanted to be the consistent mad macho character. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted the other guy wanted to play the. He wanted to play the flaws because they were all flawed individuals.
well, yeah.
Glenn Campbell.
So I just saw a video about Coen Brothers movies and how every little character, every time this is like just a little character, they really like try to round him out, give him a real life, even if it's just one scene, like he's a memorable character,
Yeah, those guys are great filmmakers.
Everybody said, hey, is that Glenn Campbell, the singer? And I go, it sure ain't Glenn Campbell, the actor.
Yeah. By the time he got to Phoenix, it was.
Hey, Glenn,
Yeah.
I went back in the day. I didn't know about Glenn Campbell. I just thought he was a singer, like just a pretty boy that they, square-jawed white guy, playing country music. What a guitar player! I had no idea this guy was such a great guitar player. He was like a session guy. He was one of the Beach Boys on all their records. He was just this awesome guitar player. Now the glory of YouTube is that you get to see all these videos of people at their concerts or whatever. You never seen him doing this stuff.
No, networks wouldn't
Wow,
cut
what
you
a great
loose.
player he was.
You couldn't cut loose on
Get
the
to hear him
networks. You did
trade
what they
licks
told
with
you.
Roy Clark.
Yeah.
Change your lyrics,
And I
all
mean,
that
Roy
shit. They were
Clark is
pain in the ass.
one of the great guitar players. Those two guys together, unbelievable.
Yeah, but didn't you ever watch the Glenn Campbell show back in the day?
No, my family didn't like country music, so I didn't get to watch that stuff.
We used to watch Hee Haw and Glenn Campbell and
I
all
used
that.
to get to watch Hee Haw until Roy Clark played. Then they changed the channel, but they at least let me watch Roy Clark because I always wanted to see, because we had one TV. People would fight over it. They don't want to watch this country shit. They want to watch whatever. Like just let me see what Roy Clark does. I thought it was so cool because every week he played a different instrument, and he was so really good at it. And even as a kid, I could tell it was quality.
You never get to see Buck Owens?
Yeah, because he'd sometimes play first, and that really made people want to change the channel in my house. I have a much better appreciation for Buck than.
I didn't realize.
What's that? You didn't realize what?
I didn't realize you couldn't. You were that deprived.
I would think
had,
that anyone who didn't get to see Hee Haw was deprived.
I used to
I
blow
mean,
right by that. If it wasn't,
You know,
if
I
there wasn't
mean,
claymation
Great
dinosaurs,
television
I wasn't
back
interested.
in the day.
Like
Back in the day, that was the show.
people,
Cartoons. I
sometimes
watched
get to watch it when
cartoons.
no one was around or whatever. But people didn't in my house. They didn't want to watch that.
Bring
Hee
forth
Haw.
the cartoons.
Back in
So-
the day, everybody had variety shows. Johnny Cash,
Carol
everybody
Burnett.
did.
Carol Burnett
It
was great.
One of those things.
Oh, we saw that one.
That was
We saw
probably
Carol Burnett.
one of the better ones, one of the longest lasting ones.
Count de Monet.
Tree variety show and
Remember, John Denver
Wow,
would
so
do specials, variety specials. John Denver,
Yeah.
and I was a big fan of his. That Rocky Mountain High song, I thought was I was a little kid. I thought that was one of the greatest songs. That one and Hey, It's Good to Be Back Home Again. I just love that one. I still love that one.
Yeah, it was that bass. I listened to that. The first time I liked it, Rocky Mountain High was in my friend's car. He was from Colorado. And he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he had it. It just happened to come on the radio. and
Right.
we were going into Puget Sound on in his car. His car was on the carrier. We were up front getting stoned. And it was fucking.
Yeah, it was a
but he had a good
beautiful-
stereo. You could hear the bass. The bass was great. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like makes that song for me. It did anyway.
Here, there was a beautiful June day once, and I was working a miserable job, and I was in my international scout, and I had an AM radio, and I said, I don't want to go to work today. It's a beautiful day, and turned the radio on. Rocky Mountain High came on, and I'm 27 years old, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I put it reverse, backed it up the driveway, threw a bunch of shit in the back of my
Yep.
truck, and I went out to Colorado. Was there in like a couple of days, and
Yeah,
it's
done that.
amazing. I just said I had to do it. That was
You had to.
Rocky Mountain High, dude.
You had to, man. You just had to. After seeing the Pacific Ocean, suddenly.
You knew you were a poor man if you never saw an eagle fly.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
The
Oh,
mountain
dude.
goats in your campsite, just all standing around in your campsite. Just,
Wow.
where'd you guys come from? What do you guys want, man? Just great. Rocky Mountain National Park.
Nice.
Yeah, John Denver, man. What a loss. What would he be doing today? He'd be like touring with Willie Nelson or something, or
Oh yeah.
who knows.
Just think, George, if you hadn't heard that song, you'd have just gone to work.
Right.
Those couple of days, those whatever it was, you would have never even remembered them, you know?
It was like 3 weeks. Went up, stayed out there.
Nah, you know what? You were ready to snap anyway. If it wasn't the song, it'd have been
Yeah,
something
well,
else.
It was.
You were
You're right.
clearly-
It was the
you
Behavioral
were
Research
clearly at the
Institute,
end.
and that was like a
The
crazy
elastic was
horror
bent all the
show.
way back.
I just thank God Megadeth didn't come on. That'd be a whole different story, man.
Yeah, I must drive to my doom.
But it drove off a cliff.
Yeah, Thelma and Louise. Yeah,
Yeah.
me and you, George, let's do it. Get a convertible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I think you
We'll
should.
do it near
Scout.
Go do
canyons,
it.
though. All that crime will be near
All right, so
deep canyons.
I'm in my Scout. I unbolted the roof off. The roof was sitting in the yard, and I left to go out to Colorado with no roof on my International Scout. And the first night, I'm sitting on an overpass in Pennsylvania while it was pouring out because I couldn't go. I couldn't drive in the pouring rain. So I stopped at a hardware store and I got some saplings and some hardware and I made myself a covered wagon for the back
Excellent.
of
That's
the
better.
Scout. And I drove all through Colorado with this covered wagon thing
It's
on
better.
my Scout, you know.
That was meant to
And
be.
it fit
You
right
ain't got
in.
a
It was
picture, though, I
great.
bet.
I know. I didn't have a camera.
Neither do I. I got
still don't
memories, but I
bother
ain't
to
got no
take pictures
snapshots.
most of the time. Yeah.
You're living in a hell of a scrapbook, boy.
Yeah, if only we knew then what we know now.
I want to take
If
pictures
only we
anyway.
had video cameras.
Well, the first video camera that my father got was like this big,
I
and it had
remember
a
that.
separate tape machine.
He
And
taped
that was
me.
just for recording video, and it was hooked up to a tape machine to tape the video.
Yeah, it was the first time I
So-
saw myself on TV. I laughed. Everybody was looking at me because I was laughing at myself on TV, like I was like weird. So then I stopped laughing.
Well, Dave, that's not the only reason they thought you were weird.
I guess I don't know. It was
To
pretty.
be honest about it.
It was my first time. You know. Yeah, the video camera. I remember that. It was huge. They had a big old tripod. They set up a
Remember when the-
table, so I sat behind the table and I did like a talk show with nobody. It was fucking, I thought it was good. He says I'm pretty clever.
Do you remember when the VCRs first came out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Fred's,
my uncle was the first one to have a VCR machine. He brought it back from Arizona with him. He was the first one in town, I think, who had one.
I think
And
he would have been in competition with Fred's father because Fred's father bought one really early, right?
yeah, what year are we talking about now?
But he paid like $700 for it.
Right.
I think.
Right,
Top loading.
and it was as big as a. It was like it
Was it Betamax?
was huge.
Did
it
it
was
top load?
No, it was. This one was 3/4 inch top loader. Yeah.
big, heavy top loader. We had one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
the pause button was on a cable to it. It looked like came all the way to the so you could hit pause and play. It was just that's all it did.
This one had channel tuning knobs. You know, like the old
That's
TVs
on the face
had
of
the
it.
channel tuners. Yeah, this is like.
Now
so
I'm
you
talking
can
about something you can
tune
take
in
back to the chair
television.
with you. So you could take
Yes,
out ads.
well,
We took out so many ads and so many shows and never watched them again. We just had tapes and tapes of shit, like movies, all this stuff. The only one that I wanted, I blew it because I didn't have it on the right speed. Remember the Blues Brothers? The part I was missing was the chase at the end. It ends right as they're taking off, as they lose that speaker off the top of their car. He goes, hit it, right?
Oh man!
And they start shooting. That's it. That's the tape ran out. I mean, I didn't know about the time yet. Like there was those settings, so I had it on the really fast one. It was only like 2 hours or something. Yeah, you saw that. It's the first time you saw the Blues Brothers, right? Mike, you see that
I think
tape?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ended there. I don't think I told you until that happened. There's the car chase. The only song you missed is Jailhouse Rock, and that great car
Yeah, but that was a
chase.
great song too.
Yeah, it still was worth watching. I mean, that's all I had of it. I wore that out. I already saw
That
the
was-
ending once, but I saw that movie a million times before I finally saw the ending again, like for the third time.
That's probably one of the that I probably watched that movie more than any other movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it a bunch of times, and I will see it a bunch of more times in the future.
I've been avoiding it because
It's
they
like playing an
changed
album,
it.
you know?
There's a director's cut that pisses me off because I watched that like an album. You know, like I don't want the songs rearranged. I don't want new shit. I can't find the old one. I hate it when they do that. They re-release them all fucked up with stuff that was on the cutting room floor before.
I don't know. I like the director's cut of. What was the name of that movie? Fuck, I do that a lot lately. What? That's your dog. Wait a minute. What's going on?
no, that's me.
Like a bellyache.
I'm humming my own tunes, man.
He's doing something under the table again.
Tone deaf, man.
Damn, man.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, we had a fucked up thing happen in Rochester the other day.
What happened?
Oh yeah.
Apparently,
What's
a
up?
fox over at the post office was started biting people's tires and shit, and ended up biting one of the postal workers, right? And they all ran inside, and the fox followed them in there.
Yeah,
and
it's Rabid.
4 people had to go to the hospital, and
Yeah,
Yep.
of course, they euthanized the fox, and they don't, last word. I'm sure he was, rabid, but yeah, 4 people. Like it was an automatic door. So fox followed him in there, and fucking, yeah, pretty fucked up.
So they just, yeah.
Yeah, there was a raccoon that was doing that in Pawtucket. It was biting tires and shit. Cop went to get it, and it chased him up. He ran up on his own hood, and he shot it from his hood. Yeah, it was just like because there's a lot of raccoons and skunks up there, like underneath those plants and shit. I used to guard those. They were not like I used to make noise going down there, so like I wouldn't like startle a skunk. You know what I mean? So this guy, human coming through, right? They all just screw. Or at least if you don't startle them, they're all right. You'll be okay. They don't want to fuck with you either.
You better not fuck with that rooster. He sounds like he has rabies.
No,
Rabid
that's the rooster's natural disposition.
Is that a thing? That'd be fucked up.
Rooster
No,
rabies.
rabies is in mammals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mammalian disease.
So
Rooster-
if
You
you
can
shit
imagine
eggs
like
out
a
of your
T-Rex
asshole,
rooster.
you're all
Yeah,
set.
that's what I always think of when I see a rooster. Like,
Rooster
imagine that thing
running
Imagine
around.
that thing being like 30 feet long, right?
Yeah, like food of the gods.
You never had rooster rabies. I have. It's fucked up.
You had rooster rabies?
You don't fucking want it, man.
No, I don't. I don't. I don't know. Mr.
You
Rabies.
grow this little thing under your chin and it goes.
Oh yeah, you still have it.
It fucks with your cock-a-doodle-doo.
Start your fuck.
Those dinosaurs, they were all birds, you know. So T-Rex was just like a chicken, just a big chicken, big vicious chicken with teeth like this.
They were up in Alaska, and it was just as cold then as it was now.
Yeah,
So,
they were all over the place.
They're trying to figure out why they were up there.
They were warm-blooded. That's how that's the ones that were up there were warm-blooded.
Check it and see, man.
Did they fly or something? Or could they run really fast? Did they migrate? You know, shit like that.
All that stuff. They did all that stuff. Everything that modern animals do, they did. Herds, herd behavior.
Yeah, but they didn't do all of them. You know, I mean,
What's that?
some animals don't do that. You know, I mean, they don't
Well,
fly.
no,
they run.
Well, yeah, but they're all different kind of dinosaurs.
There's all kinds of specialized behavior that we can only guess at, but probably assume that it was very similar to what modern animals do.
Yeah, well, we can see there were hadrosaurs, for instance. There were big, huge herds of them that migrated. They know they migrated. They've got their bones all along the migration route.
And communal nests as well.
Yep.
And
Yep.
They were communists?
Tops, like herds of
they were
bison.
communists.
Fucking Marxists, man. That fucking
Marxists.
Which one of them dinosaurs was fucking Marxist?
No wonder they're gone, man.
They didn't last. See,
Marxists. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that was awesome.
They went extinct, them motherfuckers.
See what happens?
See what happens?
Starts off with Social Security. It ends up with extinction.
That's right.
Yeah.
We converted the planet into cash.
That's right. The only thing that matters.
Yeah, it's all waste. In order to make cash, you have to waste. That's why your printer runs out of ink quickly and things break fast and stuff like that.
Debt is the only means to gaining cash,
Waste.
Becoming billionaires.
Waste and growth.
Accumulating debt. The more debt you have, the more debt you get. The more debt you get, the more you can buy. The more you can buy, the more you can make.
It's like
our country,
our
capitalistic world runs on debt. What?
I haven't got time for that anymore.
Yeah, me neither. That's true. So it's like, whatever.
Pay it back.
I just want to work in my garden and go swimming in the summer.
Oh, that reminds me of phosphorus. That's a finite commodity, and once it gets in the ocean, we can't get it all back together into a place again. And we could run out of phosphorus, and then we wouldn't have that.
Oh,
chickens are making phosphorus.
There's natural means of making phosphorus. Those phosphorus deposits were probably deposited there by life forms.
Yeah,
that's right. By
still
all
finite
kinds of life forms, birds and bats, and my chickens are making phosphorus right now all over the yard.
Yeah,
sure are.
That's one of the things that makes chicken manure so good.
It's like old cave guano it's like pure gold when they find it.
Yeah.
Guano.
That's really high in nitrogen. That's really high in nitrogen's hard to get. Our atmosphere is 70% nitrogen, but it's hard to fixate it in the environment. There are certain plants that do it. The legumes do it. And here's a if for a genetic engineering something, I would genetically engineer corn to grow the nodules so that corn would be a nitrogen fixating
nitrogen producer.
Because corn's a heavy nitrogen eater. So if they could make that happen, that would be wicked. You'd be able to grow corn all over the place.
There's a lot of big trees that do that,
Like nitrogen?
Yeah, like the like in the tropics, like these acacias and Brazilian rain trees.
Really?
And things
Oh
like
yeah. Oh, that's right. And the neem tree too, right?
Yeah, a lot of those.
Right.
A lot of those Amazonian forests were cultivated by man.
Yeah.
They introduced those trees to the rainforest. A lot of that of the flora, it was introduced by humans living there, creating a garden paradise.
They kind of garden the forest, but there was also big, huge settlements up in there too.
Huge. There was one account of one of those Spanish explorers seeing huge cities just populated by huge numbers of people that were all gone after they got the smallpox.
Right. So we see that same area, and it's like 400 years later, and so it looks like old growth to us because after 400
when they're clearing the forest. When they're clearing the forest, they see the remnants of these villages and whatnot.
Right. But the forest itself
mounds,
looks like the forest primeval.
Buildings, the fortifications. Anyway, they thought this Spanish explorer was daft because he talked about these beautiful cities where they had all made this beautiful pottery and dress and whatnot. It was all gone when they went back to check on it.
Yeah. Shit grows so fast, it just kind of takes over and grows right over it.
Right. And they still have remnants of the black soil that they created this self-rejuvenating black soil that's
people are using that
really
now. That's
fertile.
That's a big deal in the organic gardening community right now, is making that biochar that they learned about from the Amazon, from digging up these old garden pits. And people are doing that
they
now.
developed this.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
And it's like, it was like lost for so many years until, somebody dug it up, and now they're doing it again. It's like, it's wild. Hundreds of years. I was in this place, I don't know if I was telling you about this or not, but recently with this old growth forest right around here. Old growth meaning at least 300 years old.
Did you ever hear that archaeologist that used dynamite? There was an archaeologist that used dynamite.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they all did that. That's how they got into the pyramid. They dynamited
everything. Right? Idiots.
Yeah, they all used that. That's how they originally got into the Great Pyramid of Giza. They blasted away until they found an entrance.
Fucking mummy head go whizzing by your head.
Then they realized that there was this well-balanced granite door that would swing open.
Oops.
After they blasted their way by it. It was just covered with debris, and if they had just cleared the debris away, they could have found their way into the pyramid. Yeah, just beautifully balanced.
Look at Three Stooges, right? They're probably making that noise too.
Yeah.
People, when you talk about extinction, people think about dinosaurs and stuff, but I was reading a list of things that have gone extinct since Europeans arrived here. And
what, in this country?
Yeah, it's quite a list. There was a seal down in that's gone extinct.
Where was it?
There was a seal down there.
Say that again.
Seal.
No, I didn't get where it was because you kind of your volume didn't kick in until you were after you said the word.
Things that have gone extinct since Europeans have arrived here.
Right. So there was a seal. Where was the seal living?
In the Caribbean somewhere. It was a Caribbean base.
Caribbean seal. Okay, yeah.
What else? There was a parakeet. The only North American parrot in the parrot family. Carolina parakeet. Yeah. Trying to remember the other ones. There's a bunch though.
Ask for the list. Like in AI knows this stuff, right? Ask the top 10 endangered fish in the North Atlantic. It's very depressing. Cod, haddock, poor belly shark. I think all the stuff we eat like food. Cod, like gone forever, no more. Done.
What's pretty wild though is when they think something's extinct for like 80 years and then it will reappear. Yeah. There's those stories, leopard or something, some little wild wild
If
feline.
there's one cod left in the ocean, we will find it and eat it. Don't you worry.
A Tasmanian tiger, or did they ever recreate that? Did they ever clone a Tasmanian tiger yet?
I don't know.
I think they were.
Yeah.
Do you know the story about the
No,
Tasmanian
don't.
tiger? There were rumors of them. No, it was like I don't know, it's about the size of a dog, you know.
Yeah, but it has
It's a
two
marsupial.
lion
It's
mouths.
a marsupial predator,
Yeah, I know. I've seen
and
pictures of them.
and they used to have them in zoos, and they were hunted to extinction. Yet there's still rumors of some of them out in the wild, and if they couldn't find one, they were going to clone one to study. They have some like genetic material from stuffed ones, from those that were stuffed and on display at various museums and whatnot.
There's a lot of talk about cloning like things, but I've never. I mean, has it happened yet, or we just keep
Yeah, they were
getting-
thinking of
They
right.
clone-
They were thinking of
they
cloning
clone-
a mammoth as
right?
They clone all kinds of living animals, and yeah, they want to clone mammoths.
But have they cloned anything that's gone extinct?
Not yet.
yeah. Well, not yet. Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
'cause a lot of talk about it, but I haven't seen it.
Mammoths will probably be, or maybe that Tasmanian tiger would probably be the first. Probably mammoths, because there's another animal on the planet that can carry the embryo. The Tasmanian tiger would be a little bit harder to clone without some
The
sort
other-
of marsupial that was related to it or something.
Like
The
a
other
large kangaroo.
No,
Yeah, really large.
kangaroos are mean motherfuckers, man.
That's what I hear, huh? I mean,
I just watched a
Don't
nature
wanna
show
fuck
about
with
them.
those.
You don't fuck with them.
I didn't know there was snow down there. Those things are up there, and they go all the way up to the mountains into the snow and everything.
Fucking wild, man.
Yeah, Australia's
Kangaroos
tough,
can-
man.
oh.
That's a rough place. The middle is just death. That's it.
That's
Like-
for you.
No, for people to go in there and
you guys sound like an '80s,
they start
an
eating each
'80s
other.
like electronic keyboard when the sound cuts out. You know,
Yeah.
sound like an old Casio keyboard, electronic keyboard, because the sound keeps cutting out and fades in and out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The other thing was this: there was a northeastern elk that was in our area, I guess.
Caribou,
Yeah.
northeastern caribou.
The eastern elk. The eastern. It was like a. There were different types of buffalo too. Now they're all, because they hunted them down to just a few. They're all the same now. Like the woodland buffalo up in Canada might be a different subspecies than the one we have in like South Dakota.
Right.
But there were ones that ranged pretty far to the east. You know, into New York State.
Yeah, what's with
So-
all this free meat? We gotta stop this.
How many changes does something have to go through genetically in order to become like a subspecies or species? You know.
Good question. Yeah, that's a good
Just
question.
have an isolated population that's specific to one area would do it.
But
over
how
a
many
long enough
generations
period of
before they
time.
couldn't? How many generations would they have to be isolated before they couldn't breed back with their original parent population?
That would probably take much longer.
Mm. There are, like, they can kind of date animals by the number of mutations that they can count when they decode their DNA now, which is pretty wild when you think about it. But there's like a rate of changes in the DNA that just happen naturally, you know. So like George said, if you just isolate them, they will eventually not be able to breed with each other. There'll be genetic drift will happen, and they will be different.
After some time. I mean, they've had to reclassify plants when they figured out the how they could genetically when they started looking at them and genetically they had to like reclassify a whole shitload of plants.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
mushrooms
that's
were
right.
plants.
Some
once.
animals too. Some animals that they had because they looked like the other one, you know, because that used to do it. Well, it looks like this one, so got to be related.
Grows out of the ground. It's a plant.
But yeah, then once now we can read the genes, man. I was reading that book, The Ancestor's Tale, and it's about like they trace our DNA back to where it splits off, where it first split off from the our parent species, and all the way back, and they can go all the way back now. They can read the whole thing. So some guy was sitting near me at the bar, and I'm reading this book. He's like, kind of like questioning whether
what you're reading like for,
or whether
we got ourselves a reader over here.
He goes, yeah, pretty much. And he goes, well, what about the fossil record? What about all the gaps in the fossil record?
Yeah, like, what you reading for?
Now that we can read the DNA, the fossil record is superfluous. Like we can trace all these branches all the way back to the simplest organism now, just by reading the DNA. It's all written right there, the whole book.
How many fucking phylums? So many phylums.
It's written.
Oh no, another phylum. Now I need a new drawer.
You know how we got like we got plants, animals, fungi, like
fungi, 3 big my favorite,
and bacteria, 4 big kingdoms. There were, before the Cambrian extinction, there were another 9 that were as different from each other as we are from like fungus or plants.
Yeah, they were some weird really life forms in the beginning. Some really weird ones.
I mean, you want to see what alien life is going to look like? It's going to look a lot like early life here, Do you
remember that one that looked like a donut? You know what I'm talking about? It looked like a fucking donut. And it had like things going out on each side. But it looked like a donut, right? But it turned out it was like the vertebrae of something bigger. But for a long time, they thought it was an animal in itself because they saw him everywhere. It's just the way his vertebrae would fall apart when he died. So they thought it was like this donut that floated around. They didn't know. They thought maybe the big hole in the middle was, mouth. They didn't know what the fuck it was.
There were actually 2. There was the Duncan Kingdom and the Sunbeam Kingdom.
The Tim Horton. What about the Tim Horton branch?
Oh, there was
Timmy's.
It's a glazed fossil.
You guys glazed right over that joke.
I'm glazed. Glazed right over that subject. There's like all sticky glaze all over it now.
Are there crickets in the donuts?
Yeah, crickets. That's not a raisin.
Those are pancakes. Those aren't raisins.
Oh no!
I remember going to a diner. We went to a diner at 6 a.m. Me and Dave. We were tripping our brains out. Right. We went to this little diner on Victory Highway, like between Chepachet and Pasco, and we're eating these. I'm having pancakes, and Dave and I are eating. And I look down at my pancakes and I noticed there's all bug parts, like some bugs had fallen into the batter, and they were like. So I stopped eating, but I never said nothing to Dave. I just let him eat.
I ate my bugs. I clearly remember something crunchy. It was like I thought it was maybe like, burnt home fry or something.
No, it was.
Dave's way ahead of the curve,
Oh, I've eaten bugs. I know I have. I've eaten plenty of bugs, and so have you.
I've eaten them on purpose.
Do you remember when we were kids? That great import shop? What was that called?
What, Pier 1?
What's Spencer Gifts?
Pier 1 Imports. Remember that?
I never remember going in.
They used to sell the chocolate-covered ants and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, you eat those?
Oh yeah.
So, I didn't. We bought them right because they looked just like chocolate, right? Like a fancy chocolate. We were laughing and shit. We were, let's give one to Dad.
Yeah.
And
give it ant. Oh no.
He ate it. I think he was playing along. He ate it and ran. When we told him, he kind of ran for the garbage can.
Dads will eat anything to freak their kids out.
Yeah.
That's a dad thing, right?
That's a dad thing.
We were going on a Boy Scout camp out, and you have to, you got to cook your own food. And I brought squid one time, just to freak out the boys. And, I had the tentacles sticking out of my mouth. Freaking out the boys.
Remember that time us and the young boys there went to Bread and Puppet, and I broke out a can of sardines. That freaked Sequoia out pretty good, man. I don't know if he was freaked out or grossed out, but
Yeah,
he's still
sardines are
starting.
fun to eat in front of somebody who gets grossed out by them.
It is.
I drank a raw egg in front of Mike once.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Tasted like eggnog.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a raw egg in a glass. It says, Mike, look. He looked at me and went like that. He went, ah! Dream about that, buddy.
You just ate this wet, slimy thing that came out of a chicken's ass.
Yeah. I'd eat the shell.
There are
It
worse
still
things.
came out of a chicken's ass.
They're
It's
good,
gooey
though.
and slimy, and it comes out of a chicken's ass.
Hey,
Yum.
I'm making no apologies. I don't care.
To circle back to the dinosaurs, just think if the dinosaurs are here.
Look at that egg.
You could
Holy
have one
shit.
egg. You guys, the three of you could eat one egg.
You'd have to boil it like in a volcano. So you make a hot-boiled dinosaur egg. You know?
No, just cook it on one big giant skittle.
Yeah, an Old Faithful.
Just like Fred Flintstone, man.
Yeah.
Poke 3 holes in and put straws in.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh.
It's good for you,
Yeah.
though. I bet you that's probably about as the healthiest thing you can eat.
Everything eats eggs, man. Every creature eats eggs.
I bet eggs are probably the healthiest, perfect food for a human.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or for any animal, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a prize, and even dogs
Hey, you know
will
what
eat
they
eggs.
found out? They found out that deer will eat birds' eggs from nests that are down where they can reach them. They'll eat baby
Oh,
birds. They'll eat
Oh,
they'll
wow.
eat the eggs out of the. Yeah, deer will do that.
Huh.
Deer are not strictly herbivorous. That's weird, right?
I guess. I never thought. Oh.
Crickets out there.
Not strictly herbivores.
Nope.
As long as their stomach can do it,
Yes.
you know? I mean, usually they're like designed to like ferment leaves,
Yeah.
not.
Any
But I
large
guess a little
hoofed
bit of
an-
meat's okay. You know, why not? You know.
Yeah.
any large hoofed animal is eating, and bug protein all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, they've eaten bugs too. Everybody's eating bugs.
You
We're
know,
all eating bugs.
when you let your chickens run wild like George does, they eat a lot of insects, and it makes a better egg, richer yolk egg.
Those chickens are cool.
They'll even eat mice if they can catch. I
They
saw
eat
one
yeah,
tear
I
a
saw
mouse
with a
apart
mouse. I
that
said
they
they
caught.
catch mice, and then Judge went, "Yeah." I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, these things are useful.
Oh,
Cool.
that's
Why'd
yeah.
I have those?
The egg's really good though.
Yeah, and you got eggs. You get this fucking. If you don't have chickens, you're an idiot. I don't have any chickens.
yeah. I'm just sitting around waiting for the apocalypse here with my chickens.
If you don't have chickens, you're an idiot. I don't have chickens.
I'm a chicken farmer wannabe.
You got anybody. It's like, geez, it's the easiest livestock to keep. I mean, it's like almost a no effort kind of thing.
Yeah, but you should be selling those extras, George.
I love giving shit away.
Little-
What am I gonna make? $2 here, $2 there. What am I gonna make?
Put
You know,
your
it's
cap.
like
you could
I
have
like to
creepy
see
people in
people
your
like,
yard.
here, have some eggs, and like, yay, here's some eggs. You know, that's
You pay for the feed.
currency for me, man. You know,
Farming is having an animal pay for
I'm
itself.
not that much of a capitalist, man.
He's
He's
a
getting
Marxist.
karma.
He's a Marxist
Getting
poultry
egg karma.
raiser. He's giving away eggs.
Oh,
That's Marxism.
Marxist wannabe. Yeah.
It's all part of the collective. You
Gotcha.
know? He's just throwing it into the pot. You know.
How do you like your
If
eggs?
George
I'll
ever
take-
wants an egg, I'll give him an egg. He's got like this whole. He's got clout, man. He can have an omelet anytime he wants. All he has to do is ask.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I like the
You are
eggs
set.
anyway.
You are set for eggs.
I
the
make
rest
a
of your
mean
life,
egg
my friend.
salad.
How do you like your eggs? Over Karl
Over Carl?
Marx.
What?
Ugh.
Oh. I like
What's missing?
eggs Ilyevich.
Sorry, man. I don't
Lenin.
know what
Lenin
you are.
Ilyevich. Lenin. I like my eggs Stalin style.
How did
I
Stalin
got
have
some
his eggs?
Che over the corpses of
So you lick your eggs
dead-
over Carl.
malcontents, I guess.
I don't know how to do that.
Hey, did you guys
Well,
see
he
that
said-
that kind of sort of recent movie about Stalin? It was a comedy.
Death
Oh,
of Stalin?
yes. The
Yeah.
death of
Yeah, it was
Stalin.
good. Yes.
Yes, very
Peter
good.
Buscemi plays Khrushchev. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. Yeah, that's another good one.
Watch this one. Yeah.
Nobody wants to go near him.
Wasn't Michael Palin in that as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see that again. So it was. I left my ass off.
I can kind of read it. It's a little bit fuzzy, Mike. I'm on my phone, so everything's small.
Women talking about what?
Wow.
Hear that one?
No.
What are they talking about? Who knows? We don't listen to them.
Hey, I'm good.
I saw the movie. I didn't listen to any of
you
that.
turned the volume all the way down.
Modern day, it's a modern day religious colony in somewhere. I thought it was the Midwest, but I'm not sure where it was based. And the women were kind of kept like prisoners, you know. And the movie's all about their whether they want to fight the men or escape.
Well, that's Mad Max.
Oh, so we're talking about the Mormons,
movie.
Right? It's like a Mormon colony, right?
One of those
non-LDL Mormon colony.
They don't really say what it is, you know.
Is this really true? Like a real experience, or is this fiction?
It's fiction. It's fiction, but I mean, it could be, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
like some of those non-LDL Mormon colonies, they're like
fundamentalists. Yeah,
it makes sense. It makes sense because when they're, you know, half of the group wants to leave, half wants to stay and fight, and when they were trying to say, you know, talk about directions when they wanted to leave, like they were talking about the Southern Cross and things. So I'm like thinking it's got to be somewhere.
It's about Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, somewhere in the Southern Hemisphere, but maybe Mexico, you know, if it was, but it looked
Mexico,
like.
Probably South America.
Yeah.
Mexico's North America. They don't see the Southern Cross.
Yeah, a lot of those fundamentalist Mormon colonies are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're in Mexico, they're in Brazil.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I mean, it looked like Iowa, you know, or Nebraska.
Like a farming community, yeah.
Could be. There's a lot of places like that in South America, Mike.
It was pretty good. It was Francis McDormand.
Had plains like ours. Argentina is a lot like our country.
Yeah, could have been. Yeah, Frances McDormand. You like her?
Oh yeah, I'll watch anything she's in.
She's in this.
She's married to one of the Coen brothers.
She really?
She's Margie.
Yeah, she's in a lot of their movies.
Yeah, she's really good.
It's cold out, Margie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the little one was circumcised. Oh yeah.
Awesome movie.
It's a good movie. It was good.
All right, so I got another feminist good TV watch if you guys are interested in it. You know, like anti-misogynist, Bad Sisters. It's about these sisters in Ireland who there's this guy that they want to get rid of. I mean, he's like a misogynist nightmare, you know, and they make him do things that make even men want to kill him. So check it out. It's like takes place in modern day Ireland.
Is it bad?
Bad Sisters.
Hey,
Bad Sisters.
Yeah, somebody else was telling me about that. They said it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I just finished watching it.
Is the movie talking about Three Signs?
What venue did you watch it on?
On the Apple TV.
Apple TV. All right.
Yes.
No, the Apple TV.
I'm sorry. What were you?
The Three Signs, right? Was that
saying?
Was that the name of that movie?
Three Signs.
Three Signs or some shit. Like the one Mike was talking about before. Mike was talking about, you know, George.
Oh, on Apple TV.
Yeah.
What was that one, George? You were just.
No, the one you were. Yeah, no, but the one you were talking about.
Women talking, right? Women talking.
Women talking.
Women talking.
And what that you got the DVD, right? So.
It's DVD, yeah. So DVD. I don't know.
We don't know if what venue it's on.
Yeah, it's in the library.
I use Voodoo. Just rent it. Like you used to go to a video store, right, and rent shit, didn't you? So yeah, it's like a $4 or $5 rental for a movie. You get to watch it as much as you want for 2 days. You can put it on your phone and keep it there for 30 days. So you can like just when you finally figure get a moment, you can watch it then.
You still really going to the library.
So I don't care what streaming service. A lot of times I'll just rent it then, if it's good. So like you guys say, yeah, it's great. Watch it. I'll just do that.
My library's it's got books and stuff.
Yeah, libraries are cool. Mine's like kind of out of the way for me nowadays, so I don't go.
Books, like you think it was like all books, fucking books, man.
A book.
Is it me? Is it me?
You're dying, Mike. You're dying.
I'm bombing, man. I'm bombing today.
No, well, the thing is, the sound keeps cutting out, so I can't hear some of the
that's just your phone.
Dialogue.
We're hearing. I heard everything.
Dave's got no mercy. I heard everything. It sucked. Yeah, you're right.
Everything's fine over here.
We could have all just said, "Yeah, it's the sound, Mike. Don't worry about it."
You didn't miss anything.
Dave's like, "I heard everything."
Yeah,
I'm still not laughing.
That's fine. You're having a better experience.
Yeah, brutal, Dave.
Oh man,
He's fucked up on the devil's weed.
We're going Vira. Let's bring back. We're going Vira. I like that. Vira.
Going Vira. You want to catch this Vira?
That doesn't sound good at all. I don't want to go Vira. Help me, Mr. Wizard. I don't want to be Vira anymore.
You influencer, you.
Oh, yeah.
You influenza. You want to be an influenza?
My God. An influenza. That's a me.
I wanted to be an influencer, but people just kept saying I'm a bad influence.
Yeah, everybody who tries it goes, fuck this, man. What the fuck I was thinking? I don't know.
Create attention.
Maybe you should be an influencer. You know?
Ryan,
Only
man,
works for those who crave intent.
What could happen? There'd be more people who like bonsai trees. So what? It wouldn't. How could that hurt?
That's right. More little trees in the world.
More little trees, yeah. That's it. MoreLittleTrees.com.
Little trees, baby. .com.
Peace, man. The fuck? And call end my ass.